Let's go across to the management of Capital First, where the September quarter earnings were largely in line with estimates. The company's asset quality has seen a marginal improvement. And to discuss this quarter gone by, joining us is V Vaidyanathan, the Executive Chairman of Capital First. And we are also joined by Shraddha Babla from our research team, who has been tracking the counter closely. Shraddha, take it away.
Yeah. First of all, thank you for joining us here at Bloomberg with Mr. Vaidyanathan. I don't have the breakup of our AUM segment-wise. So just wanted to understand if this pickup that we have seen in the AUM growth this quarter is skewed towards the high-yielding unsecured assets?
It's more on the small and medium enterprises. So of last year at the same time, our loan book totally was about 18,000 crores. In 1 year, it has moved to about 23,000 crores. And of the 23,000 crores, close to about 13,000 crores is the small and medium enterprises, and close to about 8,000 crores is the consumer businesses. So that's what the split is.
All right. So the gross NPLs, of course, have come off on a sequential basis from 1.72% to 1.63%. Nevertheless, the provisioning number has been slightly higher. So just wanted to understand if the recoveries have been slightly lower than anticipated in certain portfolios?
No, provisions is basically a policy that we choose because our margins are quite strong and we can afford to take the provisions as conservative as it can be. As far as asset quality is concerned, I think it's been consistently high. Last 6 quarters at a stretch, in fact longer than that. Our gross NPA has been in the zone of about 1.75% at 90-day recognition. Right. Net has been in the zone of about 1.1 to 1%. Right now, it's probably on the lowest of those last 6 or 7 quarters.
If you could tell us how this LAP and unsecured personal loans, both of these segments have been behaving in terms of growth and asset quality in this quarter? Very
well, actually. A good portion of our secured businesses is loan against property as well as home loans. Now, home loans is one of our fast-growing businesses, actually. And together, I think the asset quality is behaving extremely well. I would imagine that actually for the whole ecosystem as a whole, if you take private sector banks, take NBFCs, you take the whole family pack, I think for the consumer side and the SME side, the portfolio quality is quite good.
So you see the current trends continuing as far as the growth and NPA numbers?
I definitely feel it is continuing. If I were to take a 1 year forward or a 2 year forward, I don't see any cloud on the horizon.
All right, but we also need to take into account that the festive season came in early this year. Is there a possibility of seeing slightly slower growth as far as the third quarter numbers concerned, or probably the demonetization base will have a role to play?
I think the demonetization base will have a role to play. We had initially guided this year for a 20 to 25% kind of growth. Now we are upping our guidance to take it to 30% actually. So by end of this financial year, we're expecting to grow the balance sheet by at least 30%. So we feel pretty good at this point of time.
Wow, that's fantastic. And lastly, do you see any scope for margin expansion from here onwards?
We'd expect a stable margins from here because you can see the yields have slightly gone up by 5 or 6 basis points. On the other hand, we are raising more money through the debenture market, and that's offsetting. So blend, I think about, let me say, it could be stable from here.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Vaidyanathan.